you're a bit like me, always juggling to have your work done, but you keep sabotaging yourself, like Griselda Blanco, the fearless Kingpin who ruthlessly terrorized the streets. As a fatherless, impoverished young girl, her family was left weak in the face of obscurity. This led to their relocation to Santa Cruz, Medellin in Colombia for their survival. However, the crime-plagued community of Santa Cruz corrupted Griselda's subconscious habitat. Now here's what happened next. She held a minor hostage after she kidnapped him with assistance from her associate.
What?
And coerced his wealthy biological family into a ransom payment for his safe release. They flat out refused to pay her and stood on business. Tragic decision made by them both. As their son's face burst into tears, Griselda cuffed up her Glock, pointed it directly towards his ear, and said, "Man, you're cute when you cry. You can do that shit in the afterlife." And slaughtered his conscience with a single shot. This marked Griselda's catastrophic transformation into Belle de Nuit. Had the cameraman angle turned to the scene, where Carlos Trujillo, a notorious criminal and pimp, married Griselda into an intoxicating relationship with each other when she was 13. She bore 3 kids before her 21st birthday. In an horrific twist of fate, Griselda felt dissatisfied with them and believed that her personal needs were not met. Moreover, both their goal systems no longer aligned with each other, as she sought power as opposed to his motive for peaceful solitude from society. Man, you tried that Steamroll X Infinity that opened down the street? I ain't sleeping with no man with the stinking breath.
I beg your pardon?
I ain't done with you yet, boy. The insides of your mouth look like the sewer that Master Splinter and the mutant turtles swim in. E. coli head ass boy. Use a hideous computer glitch, Kingpin looking gremlin with no semen retention. You bald headed ass boy. Griselda Blanco took her kids and left them penniless. This eventually led to their grueling divorce. Poised with blood inside her veins, she hired proficiently skilled hitmen to clean her mess up. I bet you're just like him, who was sick of the disrespect before he strolled around Colombia for a local store. After running short of breast milk at home, like he didn't have ops. Your hands better stay ready at all times. But he never listened after he got cornered by men who were sent by Griselda.
The only reason why Genza Loco is because... Never mind.
They boxed him and passed him around like a pack of Cuban cigars.
That's what I'm talking about!
Cuffed up their clocks and snapped his head at point blank range. Eventually, they got promoted to coveted positions as Griselda's right-hand men and connected her to Alberto Bravo, a sadistic drug trafficker whom she ultimately married. The dream team was born. Bravo was precise in his cartel's cocaine distribution in the US, but Griselda outsmarted the feds through invisible compartments inside her lingerie that made it hard for cocaine to be found around women and prostitutes in strip clubs, sports bars, and in the streets. It seemed like everything was running smoothly until the volcanic eruption of Bravo's corrupt nature. The cameraman watched him gambling with his life like Mr. Beast with his illegal lotteries after he stole Griselda's share of the profit. Griselda wasted no time and ordered her right-hand men to get straight to jumping Bravo. Moments after the betrayal, all 3 of them confronted Bravo until a violent shootout began. Both right-hand men weaved Bravo's gunshots like they shattered Andrew Tate's feminism and the Matrix at the same time. They hit their tag team signature moves on Bravo and gunched him with a deadly headshot. Eventually, Griselda usurped Bravo's crown as the kingpin of the cartel, kept her hands clean, and assembled the most psychotic unit of men in Colombia. It's no wonder why the streets called her the Black Widow. She turned 2 of her exes into past tense. That can never be my girl, Hotlana Blakely. Her relocation to Miami ignited the infamous cocaine cowboy wars, where she eliminated her ops through henchmen who drove motorbikes during lunchtime. As if this was not enough, the feds celebrated the discovery of her Aggie. Same time, they assembled a heavily armed SWAT force for doomsday. The cameraman even wore protection to avoid becoming a Twitter hashtag. Otherwise, these three dangerous young women could sue the feds for turning him into a disposable merch brand. And here's where Griselda's story took a tragic turn. The SWAT team burst Griselda's front door, found her in peaceful solitude, and detained her, guilty as charged.
So I'm just gonna pretend like I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
She was sentenced to over 1.5 decades in prison over multiple charges for illegal drug distribution globally. Additionally, they wanted to pile up Griselda's charges onto her for a potential increase in her prison time. At last, her entire reign of terror was over. But they were wrong. Griselda's generational bitterness and hatred for men was beyond saving, that she got blindsided by one of his white man men who testified in court against her. But he fumbled the bag after he was exposed in a sex tape with the secretary who was under the prosecuting attorney's payroll. This loophole reduced Blanco's prison sentence. As an outcome, she was released from prison, made a PSA where she retired from all criminal activities permanently. But her ups were like, nah, we're about to force her pancake fat cook Rumble in the Jungle got touched by her uncle looking ass into retirement from life and got to stepping in the name of the streets. Them ops popped out like the Migos praying for success. Little Griselda knew was how her Chris Griffin, Robert Zane, squished up dog pile, vegetarian lizard looking ass got caught lacking at a meat store. The ops pulled up in motorbikes, haunted Griselda into tears by her own trap card, cut their clocks up and said, "Man, you look ugly when you cry. You can go do that sad sobby shit in the afterlife and end it there." Her soul swimming in a pool of blood. Looking back from this daunting experience, I underestimated the power of exponentially increasing opposition. Griselda's enormous demise broke my soul. You can't help but feel for her after she broke free from pain and suffering at the expense of her life. And boy, if you make it out alive, I promise you will make it. Just hang in there and keep working smart. Until then, everyone, I am the Monthly, and this is goodbye.